Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a great weekend. Welcome to the new video. Now, as you can see, I've painted a wall in the dream garage build. New shelves up. I've got my bike stuff, some kind of heavy duty stuff, and then some sweet car cleaning products. So I've got a bit of organisation going on. Come and check this out. All my tools, which we'll be going through later. Pretty full over here. Basically, just dropped a new collection on OWNA. This is one of the new jerseys. This is one of the new hoodies. You get a free t-shirt or a free jersey with every single hoodie, joggers and jacket that you order. Go to the store, check out the deal. Link is in the description. It's a million miles from being finished and we are going to be coming back to the garage. But right now, we are going to be going for a spin on the e-bike. It is a new day. A new day. Basically, I went out riding yesterday. I didn't take the e-bike, I took the Transition. And I've since cleaned it. This is a quick little 10-second clip to show you just how wet it actually was yesterday. Cleaned on my bike, it was a lot easier with all the bits and pieces on the shelves to be able to just pick some products. I used my muck off sponge, which is pretty sick. I got this kit for my 30th birthday off my fiance and a million other things, which is pretty sick, but it come in handy last night and my bike is looking proper clean, proper fresh. I did, however, have some issues with my wireless dropper post, so I want to check it still works. Basically, I went out yesterday, I rode in torrential conditions. It was so wet, like ridiculous. I am getting to the point where I'm considering buying some dropper posts for my bikes instead of using the wireless dropper thing. A couple of reasons are, when I run a wireless dropper, it means I don't have to pay for like 3 dropper posts. I have to have a dropper seat post for this bike, a dropper seat post for the Nuke Proof, a dropper seat post for the Transition. The wireless dropper post was £270, I think. But basically it gives me the freedom to put it into all 3 bikes, which I think is quite cool, and it's a lot cheaper than buying 3 good dropper posts for each bike. Now, having said that, I'm starting to begin to have quite a lot of issues. Number one, I actually smashed the remote and had to have the remote replaced 3 months ago? 4 months ago, maybe. That was, as well, the seat post had been out of action for probably like 6 months because I never got a chance to go back to the shop. Shout out Winstanley's, they hooked it up, they swapped the seat post for me. They actually sent it off. Maggiora were cool enough to send it back with a fixed remote for nothing. That was pretty sick, so shout out. I know I'm talking about getting rid of the seat post, but I have had it over a year and it's been pretty cool. Now, then I had another issue where on the motorway, this come flying off and I lost my dropper remote, which is kind of annoying because the dropper remote was only £50, but it took like 2 weeks to come from Germany. So that was also a bit of a nightmare. So that was like the second problem I had with the seat and seat post. Now, the next problem is it's starting to play up a little bit. I can't seem to get it at the moment to consistently charge. It should flash red when it charges. Oh, so it is charging, which is good. Basically, last night, oh no, it's gone, oh yeah. So if you look, it's flashing red. Last night I couldn't get it to charge or work. As you can see, oh no. It flashed green for a small second then. I'm getting a bit over it. Basically, so the third problem is it's becoming a little bit iffy. Basically, sometimes it charges, sometimes it doesn't charge. If you forget to have the cap open when it's raining, so on. I'm not the most organised guy in the world, and I feel like it's an electronic seat post with a rubber elasticated remote, and I do feel as if there could be a better option for me, being quite a unorganised guy sometimes. Now, that's the third problem with the seat post. The fourth problem I have is I still keep forgetting to take it off my handlebars. So yesterday I drove home from Manchester. Basically, this was still on my handlebars when I got home. which I would say is cool, but I would also say it's lucky considering I've lost one on the motorway already. It's so annoying. It is possible that maybe the battery's just dead. It's very, very messy. The bikes haven't really got a home yet. I've got a lot of things, a lot of comments have mentioned wall hanging things for the bikes. There's loads of suggestions and all of them are amazing. We're getting through it. Surely but slowly, we're getting through it. It's very messy, I can barely get in and out the door at the moment. Now, before we start the first project in the garage, which I think is going to be amazing, I'm very excited to do my first build in the garage. I wanted to make a couple of changes. I wanted to know what you riders think about my changes in my bike garage. So, first one, I want to move these toolboxes, boxes apart everywhere. Shout out ODI grips. Now, I've got these tool chests. Right, let me roll backwards. This was supposed to be my existing projects desk. But the more I think about it, I think it's just kind of annoying having toolboxes there instead of all of the toolboxes over here. So, we are going to move these over here. Basically, these are empty. I don't even need these because even the right side of my tool chest, I haven't even showed them my tool layout. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? Bring it in. Let's do this. Okay, top drawer. We have Allen keys, torque wrenches, and all that jazz. Then we've got sockets. As you can see, we've got little ones, we've got a full set of little ones, we've got loads of these, loads of sockets, loads of torque wrench bits, kind of unorganised. We're going to get to organising it at a later date, but for now I'd say they're the second most used thing in both BMX and mountain bike. Okay, then we've got spanners and a torque wrench, even though the torque wrench should realistically be in that. Spanners, adjustable spanners, pedal spanners, full spanner set, pretty sick. Now this is the drawer of fun. This is the drawer of like parts that cost you like 30 quid just to put a bottom bracket on a mountain bike. Like a cinch tool. Most of you probably don't even know what a cinch tool actually is. This is to put a sprocket on a mountain bike. That's what you need to put a sprocket on a mountain bike. So the day you go to put one on, you haven't got this tool, you're gonna go and buy this tool. Okay, loads of all little bits. XD drive sockets, chain cassette holder type thing to get the XD drive on. I actually realised I had 3 chain tools and I didn't think I had one when I was unpacking all my tools, which is pretty crazy. Then I've started like this heavy duty drawer, which is like a hammer, a rubber mallet, a file. I have a file, but on the end of the file is a Shimano bolt for cranks. One night at the skate park we couldn't get my crank arm off. We had to smash it in. So we did it at Greystone. Drawer's pretty full. Got brake bleed stuff, brake full container full brake block. Oh no, there's Shimano bolts, so I'll never make that mistake again. I ordered like 10 Shimano bolts for the cranks. Then we've got inner tubes in basically every size. We've got a couple of pumps to grab on the way out. We've got a shock pump. We've got tubeless rim tape, gear cables. I've actually got a dropper post, which would save me buying one of my dropper posts, but I don't really like these dropper posts. They're the ones that go like up and forward, but I don't really like them because this section's so big. It's like such a meaty section that basically it would sit out the frame from like there, that high, even slammed, which I don't really rate, so basically I'm just keeping that just to look at. I'm never going to use it. Okay, now basically this is all my multi-tools. I've got like 4 in the car, so I'm going to fill my multi-tools up in here so I can just grab one and go for the session. Stanley knife blade, whatever. Basically cable ties. I'm going to start collecting my cable ties because cable ties are like just such lifesavers, but I'll buy a bag used to throw the bag when I'm on the road, and I'm going to start bringing them home and filling this tray full of cable ties because you can never have enough cable ties. Okay, empty, empty. That's it. So I've got 3 empty drawers. No, 2 empty drawers. 1, 2. Kind of 3, because realistically I could probably move my multi-tools to another drawer. Now, this one over here, this is the one that had wheels on. Spares, like I've got wheel spares, like axles, single speed spacers, cogs, so on, so on, so on. Then we've got brake stuff, so post mounts, bleed blocks, so on, so on. Then we've got headset spacers, got Hope, purple, chrome, got loads of bits and pieces, so much stuff in here, Berg Tech, spacers, so on, so on, so on. Then we've got all mad stuff in this one. Downhill rear hub. I may try and condense this box into these 3 here. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Maybe I should just do it right now. Right, stay tuned. Basically, I've put my cable ties in with my multi-tools because that's just the most unnecessary. I'm pretty obsessed with multi-tools, but it's the most unnecessary drawer in the world for just like 5 multi-tools. So I put cable ties in with the multi-tools. I've got all my axle spares and stuff like that in this drawer. And obviously over the years, this is gonna build like crazy because that's what happens. And then I've got all the brake stuff. I actually pulled the cables out of the bottom drawer. So this is kind of just inner tubes. And then the hubs and stuff that were in the bottom of this one, inside this one. And then obviously all my headset stuff, which is gonna grow over the years. So I'm gonna store this in this cupboard in case I ever need it for another project. But it brings me to my next conversation, which is I've put a bunch of like spare seats in here. Quite a lot of people commented to me saying get a Chromag seat for the jump bike. This is actually the seat that came on the jump bike. I just prefer a nice slim looking seat over a chunky seat. So that's why I don't run it, basically. I do like the brand and I do really like their parts. That to me though is more of like a kind of fat seat. I don't know, maybe it would look sick actually. Maybe I should ride it, I don't know. Anyway, we've got loads of parts in there. I'm just gonna store this. No, I'm not. Because it doesn't fit. But this is good because I've got loads of ODI grips in there. Like loads. Quite a lot of people message me asking me where you get these things, which are little dust caps. Like grips, but they're dust caps. Pretty cool. Anyway, this is the box of goodies when I want ODI stuff. This tool chest I've seriously had for so long. There's not really anything in this other than a Fox helmet. I need like a helmet. I think the next thing I'm gonna build in here, like they're my new shelves, they're pretty sick. But the next thing I'm gonna build is a helmet rack. I've got like about 4 or 5 helmets for different bikes, different sessions. So I'm gonna get a helmet rack, definitely, to put all my helmets on. Now, these, for some bizarre, unknown reason, still have not been installed on this bike. They're for this bike. I'm just super slack at the moment. At the moment, I just have so much going on that I don't get a minute. And basically, I'm gonna put these on. They're DHF Tam Wall skin tyres, and they're going on the transition. Basically, I'm gonna store this and my other tool chest in the lean-to at the back, so that I can just put some like household stuff in them rather than my own tools and stuff. Now, one of the things that I really want in here for working on bikes, because you do need ideas when you're working on bikes and you do need to know if something's possible. As an example, you may order a stem and need to know the diameter of the stem, the length of a fork, steer tube, the width of a set of handlebars. There's 1,000,001 things on mountain bikes that go into getting the bike to ride right for you especially. Now, a lot of people have been writing to me in the comments saying, get a sound system. We've got a sound system, but I'm gonna do a bit of a collab here with the sound system and I'm gonna bring in the information station. Stay there. I actually just found this 100k subscriber YouTube plaque. That's gonna get hung up in here. The information station is here. I've had this iMac computer for so long, and I don't really have much of a use for it anymore because I use a MacBook now to do my stuff. As you can see, the sound system is installed along with the information station to do research on bike parts, bikes, quite hard, so on, so on, so on. I also have got this little boom box. This is what I used in the garden at the last house. So I've had a bit of a sort out in here, and the only things that need to come back in here right now are my e-bike, the Nuke Proof, and my BMX. And basically there's quite a lot of space now. These containers here, they can go soon as well. I'm not going to go too crazy on this desk right now because I need to mask and tape it and paint this full wall. So basically, it kind of is what it is for the rest of today. But I'm pretty happy with how that looks. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts while you're watching this video on this place right now? I'm pretty happy with it. A couple of things you might be able to help me with. Number one, I need to incorporate some sort of helmet rack where I can put all my helmets, my full face, my drop frame, especially after I've come home from riding and they're a bit muddy. Wash them down, wipe them down, and then maybe hang them on something here. And then I need somewhere for all my spray paint, a few other bits. Maybe I'll get a couple more base cabinets for my spray paints. I'll be hyped to hear your thoughts. This brings me to my next project. I've got two things I want to do today. Number one, the first mountain bike project is about to go down inside this garage right now. And I seriously mean that. The first project is about to happen. We are going to be powder coating this frame. That's pretty cool, actually. Looks quite nice. So all the parts off the jump bike are going to be over here for the next few days, because it'll probably take 2 to 3 days to get a decent powder coat job done to this frame. Before we move on in the video and start the jump bike, there is one other thing that I want to do. But before we get to that, I wanted to remind you guys that we have a pretty crazy deal going on right now on OWNA. Every single hoodie, jacket and joggers that you buy on the online store right now, you get a free t-shirt or jersey with them. All you do is add them and they'll be deducted when you're checking out. So make sure you go and check that out. Link is in the description. You'll be met with the website. There's one other thing that I have to do today before I start the bike project. These right here are the finishing touches to this side of the garage. Now, these are boards that go basically like this, and they seal the bottom from all the dust, all the stuff that you drop on the floor. They just make it look proper fresh. But I have to cut one of them down. I had to buy a full board just for that tiny section on the end, which is quite frustrating, but it's got to look right. So, the big question is, how will I line them up right? We will find out right now. Nice. Pretty sick. The boards at the bottom. Result. That looks so much better. Really hyped on this place. I'm super motivated. Now, this brings me on to the next part of today's video. I don't want you to lose my mind, but I got this as a present for my 30th birthday off my fiance. This is a new jump bike brake. Look at that. Basically, it's an orange colour, Tech 3 lever, X2 caliper, which is a single piston caliper. It's going to be perfect for this beast. The Hope brake that I put on the jump bike in purple is an E4, and it's a little bit overkill for a jump bike. So this caliper, the X2, is only got one piston rather than the two pistons, and you just don't need a double piston brake on a jump bike. You really just don't need it. Now, the best part is this matches my bolts on my hub. As you can see, they're orange in there. Now, I've been going back and forth in my mind hundreds of times trying to figure out what is going to be the perfect colour to paint my frame. When I say paint, I'm getting it powder coated. what is going to be the perfect colour. And I've decided to keep it pretty stealth, and I'm going to go for like a brown colour. So I'm basically going to powder coat it brown, tan wall tyres, orange parts, and I think it's going to make for a proper sick setup. We've got a lot of orange on it already, as you can see. Stickers on the fork leg, we've got Kashima, we've got bolts on both hubs for the, we've got orange bolts there. We've also got orange bolts on the sprocket. So basically we're going for that theme all the way through. Now I'm going to choose whether I want to use an Allen key or a socket, and I think I'd be mad not to use a socket. Something else I want to get as well is like a little paintbrush and loads of copper slip and stuff, so I can brush grease on and stuff rather than using my fingers in the future. I think I am becoming a bit of a organised man actually. It's been quite some time that I've wanted to do it. It seems to be paying off, the garage build. So there is the new Ebike brake. So basically I'm going to order another E4 for the front of the e-bike. And in this very garage we're going to do an e-bike brake install, which is going to be amazing for the E, because I've heard hopes are really good for e-bikes. Over here, ready to go. We're going to put that in the existing project desk over there. Now we have to start taking this bike apart, and I want to do it proper fresh, smooth and easy. That's what I want. First to come off, seat post, Chromag seat post, tall order seat post and rails, keeping the BMX vibe alive. Over there, ready for a rebuild. Hope seat clamp. I am like a bit of a Hope fan actually. This right here, if you're big into your mountain bikes, basically this is a metal crank tool for Shimano Saints, which is pretty sick. Most places use a plastic one and you put it on a socket. They're garbage, they strip so easy. Get yourself a metal one, they're so good. Feels scary being this organised, makes me feel like not myself. Not a bad look. My bolts are looking quite rusty there as well. What I found was I didn't ride really for the last month. I've not really rode too much because I've just been flat out with OWNA. Literally doing the orders every day, getting through as many as we can daily. The craziest thing is loads of my bikes started going rusty. I don't know why. I guess maybe because I rode them so much they never went rusty. But it makes me realise that I need to be more on it with the maintenance on my bike. Because I think I've always thought things don't go rusty because I ride a lot. So I'm always on the bike, always washing the bike and stuff like that. But I think when you leave a bike, that's when you truly see how good your maintenance is, because it starts to deteriorate. Okay, stem off. So sick. So sick. Oh jeez. This is going to be a sick colourway. Okay, I have one thing to get off, and that is a little brake spacer. How did I forget? I might put a brand new headset in this as well while I'm at it. So, as you can see, the jump bike frame is stripped of every single component possible. and we are going to send this to the powder coaters in the next couple of videos, and we're going to get it ridden. We're going to get it looking permanent. This is obviously a bit of a temporary paint job. It was done with rattle cans in lockdown. Was it lockdown? Yeah. It was done in lockdown with a rattle can. I've loved it. I've absolutely buzzed off it. But it's obviously reaching the end of its life, some scuff marks and stuff. Just a little bit over it. Wouldn't mind a more professional custom finish. So we're going to get this off to the powder coaters, and I think that is going to be the end of today's video. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you've really enjoyed the garage build, the mod. Oh, we didn't try the seat post. Does it work? Charged. As promised, I was going to try the post. It's possible that it was just dead. It's possible that the battery was just dead. That's going to be the end of today's video. Make sure you go and check out OWNA. Link is in the description. You get a free t-shirt or jersey with every single hoodie, joggers or jackets on the store. There's loads of new products, 20 new products online for you to check out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.